This is Morten from English TV, and we're still here at Graphics Canada in Toronto. And it's actually quite interesting because we are here at something called Web Connect Plus. And this is basically three gentlemen that have, I mean, are you guys crazy over all the things you do? Piet, Marc, Chris. Where should we start? Let's start with you, Chris. Infigo is a web-to-print solution. What does it have to do with robots and large format printing here?
Great question, first of all. We decided about 12 months ago to change things up a little bit. We want to be part of the community that looked at automation and brought extra value to the customers as well as driving revenue. So we set one up and spoke to this guy, Significans, who are already a partner of Infigo. And we got on some calls, set some webinars up, and he said, look, there's a trade show called Graphics Canada. Not been running since 2019, 60 years on, we're going to go. Let's make it happen, make it real. So we did, didn't we? And that's where the robots come in and the hardware, and we now have an end-to-end turnkey solution right here in Graphics Canada.
So Marc, you are actually the one that makes this visual, because these other two gentlemen, they're just computers, right?
Well, pretty much, but I had the vision to say we have to have a smart factory on a trade show floor. It's never been done, first time, and we're delighted it happened here at Graphics Canada.
And how difficult is it working with these two gentlemen?
Not at all. It's a pleasure. In fact, that's why we call them partners. And you know what? The show brought us closer together. There's a brotherhood now amongst the 6 partners, plus the robot.
Fantastic. It was, of course, a joke working, but I was thinking if you take it to a different level and think about having software from the typical graphics arts industry now implementing something that is on industrial scale in many different industries. How is that?
Well, we're an integrator, right? That's our core business. So we service the printing and packaging space, and we feel that the space has been very mechanical for too long, very manual for too long, and so this is the time that it needs to see that there's a future, and that's what we're bringing here, an integrated future.
Fantastic. Piet, Enfocus, I mean, whenever I talk to anybody from Enfocus, it seems that you are maybe the piece of software that, not you as a person of course, but the piece of software like Pitstop, is the piece of software that you see probably in most printing places in the world. So why are you involved in a project like this?
Well, we're involved in this because apart from Pitstop, we also develop and design Switch, which is an automation platform. And this project is kind of lives and breathes our philosophy that everything should integrate with everything, and Switch can connect all of these things together, which in this project also it does.
Before the camera was turned on, Chris, I said to you and Piet that if we look at something like this, it seems that you have like different solutions that all of them actually works pretty good without working together. Yeah. Are you just emphasizing that working together is something that brings even more value to the table?
I think it's more than just automation, it's more than integration, it's a community. So for us as software guys, we joked about it, software, hardware. We're learning from the hardware guys, a different mindset. We're having conversations about robotics. We're trying to offer our customers a complete solution. Maybe there's elements they've not thought about. We can lean on these guys to get a bit of advice, and that makes a massive difference this day and age. We've got to drive revenue, we've got to save on cost, we've got to save on waste. We don't have all the answers, and we've got to be comfortable saying that we don't have all the answers, so therefore we have to lean on our partners, and vice versa.
Yeah, because Marc, if you look at, you said yourself that you're like an implementator of the solutions. I mean, how much can you influence the actual software in the robots, and how much can you actually influence how they communicate with the software from Infigo and from Enfocus?
Well, we're getting there actually, and more we're getting there, because it's all about the front end for us. We drive big printers like that one at the end, and we drive digital finishing here. So of course we're getting there more and more every day. And our partners from Enfocus and the other partners that are on the shop floor here, they're doing that as well. So we're just trying to gel everything together, because that's long overdue.
And Piet, Switch has always been seen as the Swiss knife that brings everything together. Is that the role that you also see for yourself here?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing at the moment. Yeah. So it's like I said, we've been looking for a project like this for a long time actually, and Chris and Marc found us. It's very fun. We dragged you in. I got a call. I think it was from Marc. It's like, hey Pete, they were working on this for a longer time since before I joined, and I think Marc at some point said, "Hey Pete, can you join this group call?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, Marc, I'll join in," because Marc's also a reseller of ours. And before you know it, I find myself in a very large group of a lot of very capable and fun and professional people, and now we're here. So it's been tremendous fun.
In fact, he said he didn't want to miss this. He'd come here on his own money to come here and see this.
Right.
Yeah. Finally, the dream came true for him.
And also, Morten, just on that point he made on calls, a lot of this was formed 12 months ago, and a lot of us have met for the first time here, right? So we built this bond, this relationship, virtually. I think I've met you twice in person, and this is the second time. So it just shows you that when you're aligned and you've got the same vision, the same mindset, that anything can be achieved. And
One thing, Mark, I can't help think about is that one thing is having the technology and what it does, I mean, for you as a group of companies. What is the perspective for customers?
Oh, they're blown away that they are seeing their future right in front of them. And that's what's exciting. And we bring them in to say, hey, if you already have a component here, why don't you add the extra pieces, because we'll gel it all together. So yes, this is the future that you're seeing here on the floor.
And Chris, I think that there's so many exciting things on the show floor like this, so it's always about how to place your investment money the right way. So is this the place?
I'd say so. I'd say come along, have a conversation with us. We've got some fantastic giveaways and showing the process. Have a look at the Lamborghinis as well. They're worth a look. They're good fun. But yeah, definitely. It's all about the conversation, Morten. You know that more than anyone. It's all about talking, learning, understanding. So,
Piet, great to see you again. And I take that you are at FESPA and we will be seeing something similar to this, right?
Yeah, that could be. And also someone here might be involved there. So
Are you sure about that?
yes, I'm pretty sure about that.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
thank you.
Okay.